Welcome, fellow Stardust. Are you ready for a scare? I see you've come back for more. If you're new here, buckle up. And thank you for joining me today. My name is DeRay, aka Rainbow Fright, lover of all things dark, creepy, and weird. Today's movie review will be on surrealist horror, Baskin. This month's subscriber request comes from subscriber Sibby Thampy. Thank you, Sibby, for your request. Truly. My subscriber request list is pretty long at the moment, but if you would like to be added to the monthly drawing, all you have to do is subscribe and leave your movie in the comments. Now, let's talk about Baskin. Viewer discretion is advised. Baskin, a Turkish film directed by Can Evrenol, follows 5 police officers who are sent on a call to an abandoned building and find themselves in purgatory. Our focus is on Arda, a new police officer who we saw have a nightmare at the start of the film as a child. This Lovecraftian horror story takes you to the deepest levels of hell with no way out. If you're looking for something nightmarish, look no further. But be warned, this isn't for everyone. Some of the images are quite disturbing and difficult to look at, but my eyes were glued to the screen. For a more in-depth look at the making of this film, check out my video from yesterday, 5 facts about the making of Baskin. I'm a sucker for horror films that play with dreams, which is why A Nightmare on Elm Street is one of my absolute favorites. And it's also one of the many inspirations behind this film. Other inspirations include The Twilight Zone, the remake of Evil Dead, Event Horizon, John Carpenter, David Cronenberg, and Gaspar Noé. This Giallo-type film's style is comparable to that of Fulci, with mesmerizing visuals and mad symbolism. There are a ton of superstitious symbolic moments throughout the film that I couldn't possibly catch them all in my first watch, but here are a few that I did notice. The scratching of one's left foot signifies bad luck, which we see one of the officers do in the van on their way to the call. Next, they must cross a bridge, which can represent the crossing from life to death. They are even cautioned by a family of frog hunters, who can be viewed as sort of jinns, to not go to their destination, but they don't take heed to their warning. And lastly, the van that the police officers are driving is beaten up and run down, much like the morals of the police officers. The van's physical state could also just be a commentary on the corruption of police in general, and not necessarily these cops in particular. Either way, it's no accident the police vehicle is in terrible condition. Other films that have comparable atmospheres and themes would be things like Hellraiser for sure, The Void, The Witch, Color Out of Space, and Dark Waters. The mood is dark and solemn, and right from the beginning, there's this impending sense of doom. The long shots and the framing of the shots put you right there with the characters. And just like in Dark Waters, you cannot look away, because if you do, you'll miss something, no matter how slowly things are moving. Despite the micro budget of $300,000, we get the best of both worlds. We get an art house film that looks really expensive with really high production quality. Director Can Evrenol had an incredibly talented team who all accepted really low pay rates because they had previously worked with him on his TV commercials and were excited to help him realize his vision. While we go back and forth between dream sequences and tangible moments that seem to be set in reality, it starts to get a little bit blurry between what is real and what isn't, sort of disorienting us in a way like Arda. When we get to the third act, there's no mistaking the fact that the men are now in hell on earth. The music has a bit of an 80s vibe because of the use of synthesizers. It's a bit hypnotic, and the pulsating beats throughout the film really add to this dreamy atmosphere. The music at the end is especially haunting and will definitely get your heart pumping before you even see a drop of blood. And the reveal of the father, played by Mehmet in Act 3, is perfect. This was Mehmet's first acting role and he nailed it. It seemed like he had been acting for years. He understood the assignment. John wanted him to give off Jim Jones, Pinhead, and Colonel Kurtz from Apocalypse Now vibes, and he certainly did that. Baba, or the father, was incredibly terrifying. His presence filled the room. We don't get too much backstory on any of the characters, and what we do get on Arda is very limited. We don't even learn the origin of the cult or where they came from, just that there are a lot of rumors about that part of town and people avoid it at all costs. But it seems like who the characters are and where this cult came from isn't as important as dreams and the effect that they have on waking life. Arda's character arc, though small, is fun to see in the last moments of the film. While he is a bit afraid of his own dreams and seems to be a little bit shy, he is fearless when it comes to his work and volunteers to put himself in danger. But his bravery comes full force at the very end. There's so much to talk about this film that it would require a whole lot more research and rewatches of the film that I just don't have the time for right now, but I do see myself revisiting this one in the future for a part 2. The film John made after this is Housewife, which has a similar vibe. It revolves around dreams and the depths of one's psyche, but is a bit more cerebral. But the gore is definitely there to satisfy. And John says that this film is a sort of female counterpart to Baskin. I recommend this one as well, and it was actually shot in English. John's latest work hasn't been horror because his financiers have paid him to produce specific storylines, but he does hope to go back and shoot a third Dream movie as a part of a trilogy to accompany Baskin and Housewife, and I am all for that. Baskin earns 4 rainbow skulls out of 5, and you can find this one on Amazon, YouTube, or Apple TV. And thank you again, Sibi, for your request. Well, thank you again for joining me today, fellow Stardust. I appreciate you being here with me. I'll have some more videos for you next week. So, if you haven't already, go ahead and hop on the Rainbow Fright freight train and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell. That way you'll get notified every Thursday and Friday when I upload a new video. I hope I see you next time. Peace.